through history. This is our destiny. We are the power.
And we are go, everybody. It's Inferno to start out here. The veto is going to be basically the one we had last night on the broadcast, which is Inferno to start. Vertigo is the second, and should we get to it, a little bit of overpass to wrap up the day. John, how you feel about that veto?
It's hard to say, honestly. Bad News Bears' maps that they played so far with different roster, and they haven't played that much. It's not a big enough sample size. I think in general it favors M80 across the board right now, unless Bad News Bears this iteration shows us something.
Oh,
mobs.
Right now favors M80, I'll tell you that much. Just steel remaining, and the man cannot get anything done. Overwhelmed. The full stack setup there in towards A mid. The read was good. Speaking of new rosters, by the way, we do have a change coming into this one. It's not going to be Boo playing tonight. Sonic will be stepping in his place, which is exciting. Sonic having some pretty good runs in his time filling in for Complexity in Dallas and DC as well.
Yeah, and when he was with Extra Salt, he was actually pretty solid on Inferno. So this is a good map for him. We'll see for the rest of the squad, though. As I mentioned, M80, two of their top maps, Inferno, Vertigo, going to be played for sure. Inferno being the top. You saw them yesterday, winning 16-6 against Unjustified, 7-2 over the last 3 months, plus 36 round differential. I think they're going to feel exceptionally comfortable here. It's up to the Bad News Bears to do something to make them a little less so.
Interesting that maNkz sticks with the dualies in this one. Classic IGL maneuver. 95 damage nade.
Wow.
Woohoo! Oh, poor unarmored Nyx caught all of that. Somehow WolfY doesn't even get touched as he sprays down two. Those Glock bullets not on. And so this one's looking like it might just be another clean one for M80.
Yeah. Again, I think it's going to be tough for the Bad News Bears. It's kind of unfortunate that they can't play with the actual five they want to. Again, guys, it should be Steel, Boo, Jonji, Sonic, and Umar on the roster. But because this is the X Take Flight roster, I believe it is, and they didn't actually make it through relegation, they got eliminated. But because Payne and them might be on left, they were invited back, and then the roster was completely reformed. maNkz going to get the nade kill on Nyx.
Where did you even get that second nade from, man? Giving him HEs. And there we go. Swisher cleans up the last two. Wasn't Swish, it would have been the dualies of maNkz. But yeah, someone just gave him another HE to see finish what he started. Poor Nyx, man. Never even saw anybody.
He's trying to rack up the util damage stats.
Yeah, really. I mean, look, that was just a Glock round, right? Full save coming through. Now we got the rifles on. Here's where we might see a little something. And there are SMGs on the other side, so it's not ideal. But let's see what they can get. Galil for Steel, the only limitation. They've got pretty good util. No damaging HEs, though, and only a couple Molotovs. So the banana fight actually doesn't really work in their favor. One of those mollies already spent. That's just one piece of damaging util, and Sonic down to half. As a result of that, that's going to be the problem when you don't have anything that can really punish. You've just got smokes and flashes. Not as much of a threat on those choke point fights.
I mean, that's something that's already impressed me for M80. Even compared to ATK last season, their utility has improved immensely. Just their usage of it is fantastic. It's better pacing to it, and in general, you see them trying to combine them a lot more efficiently. Swisher waiting here at top banana. This is the first chance for the Bad News Bears to make some noise with the rifles. Steel along with Umar. Looking for some information, not going to get any of it, and deciding, well, maybe this isn't the best path forward. Oh, they will wait for the smoke fade to have a peek around here. And in fact, one player pushing up. Swisher gets a flashbang for himself, and then maNkz gets the second frag. Nicely done. 5v3.
Steel, there we go. All right, nice shot on. Was worried that someone would peek around, spamming the full magazine. All 35 bullets there coming through. Yes, creeping around some. He gains a cheeky bit of space. No one was watching this. Comms have to be there, but that is the one issue we've seen with this M80 team. Looks like someone's got an idea that this could be a problem. It's all about right time, right place, and or somebody not being able to zero in the kill. Still a man up, but it is maNkz. He's low. He's the only one who can do anything about this bomb plant. Bomb will go down. 5 seconds on, and the spam gives him away. Sonic knew what he'd be trying to go for. And Steel finds the kill, so it's all just down to reck. Got a rifle at least. We've seen this guy work some magic. Saw it last night. What's he got to show for it? So right now, this is looking like Bad News Bears on the board. Creeping forward is reck. Around the corner player, new box player, Coffin. Going to the util. He's a dead man, a goner. And indeed, it's Sonic and Steel to bring this through. A 3v5 turned on its head here, John.
It's a curse of the util, right? You've got three pieces of utility to work with. You think, oh, maybe I should try tossing in, making some space for myself. But in the end, it would have been better just to keep the rifle out and go for the fights once he got up to Coffins, and just realized that a little bit too late. So, nice round victory there for the Bad News Bears, powered mostly, if not solely, by Sonic and Steel, coming out with some nice wins in the aim duels. I think that's going to be what the Bad News Bears will require a lot of the time. And of course, Umar will mix in as well. WolfY, he's got the scout. They go for the force buy on the M80 side. Looking for heads, looking for targets.
That's another one where they're going to be... I mean, it's crazy as well, right? Because Semi doesn't even get the kill on that flank.
He should have.
Allowing him through, yes, you're right, he should have, but allowing him through into that angle, that says Discord, and that's, again, one of these situations where maybe the comms just aren't quite on point there for M80. Maybe they don't have a full picture in their head of where players could be, because the A players had very clearly given up that angle, very clearly allowed the approach in towards CT, and M80 weren't necessarily giving it the respect it needed.
Steel. Summy. Working their way up here. Nade going to get tossed towards lane. And it appears as though bracket's being given to the Bad News Bears here. As M80 are going to toss a nade for themselves towards Banana. It only tickles Nyx for a little bit of damage. He goes down to 92.
I just seen... you seen Umar's tag?
No, I'm not looking at it.
It's... I'll tell you the next time we've got Umar on screen, but I'm enjoying that one. It's I buy Chipotle, written like the I buy power.
Oh
tag.
no.
All spots one, King killed though. Umar spotted him. Chipotle indeed might be on the table for him as they've taken A, and now it's all the Bad News Bears, and this is looking a lot more polished than perhaps we were expecting. Nyx even getting a kill here on the hunt. They're getting mowed down. All right, Nyx. Make some money there off the SMG, and it's a 3-piece for him. Look, it was an awkward force buy for M80, but still, full bodies alive here for Bad News Bears. It's good news all the way.
I think that's the best round that they've had so far in this season. I mean, yesterday it was just everything was going wrong for the Bad News Bears. They only got 8 rounds combined across Mirage and Overpass. So right here, tied up 2-2. Yes, it's still early going. Then M80 could just start to take the momentum away as things progress here into this first half. But right now, they've got M80 on pistols only, nothing bought up, full eco, or full save, I should say. And they're stacked up on this A site. So if the Bad News Bears read this right, they'll have a free plant onto B site, excuse me. I'm wondering what the decision making was in bringing Sonic in instead of Boo. It's not that Boo played badly last night. I think he was very serviceable.
I am hesitant to read more into it than an availability question, to be honest with you. Spray down here, keeping it clean once more. I mean, it's just tough in this situation to read too much into it whatsoever.
Of course.
Right, to think about how exactly it's being figured out. So, I choose not to worry about it, John.
Yeah. Either way, it's going to be good to see Sonic grab the op again. It's been a while since he's been in Challenger League.
Yeah. It may be, honestly, a question. So, Sonic, I believe, is still going to school. Business school, that is. And so it may have just been a question that he wasn't available last night. He may be the primary choice, being as he does pick up the big green. Steal gone here, ambitious, forced up by the utility, and he could not zero in the kill. They're still fighting here. They're still... Sonic wants to go through this? What's happening?
Oh, goodness. He's got to take it easy here.
Yeah.
No reason to be over-aggressive.
That was ambitious, to say the least. Maybe they thought they had a player isolated, and they will take the space, and M80, well, giving them a lot of it. maNkz now working back into position to spot Arch, sees that no one's here, and now the second site player returns in the form of Swisher. WolfY glass cannon here. He was lights out last night. Flashbang reveals the positioning. Great spam damage. Not quite finished off, but that's going to be a soft Sonic for this take. When Switch wants to play around the smoke, he knows he's got a little bit of a gap. Might be able to spot some toes, but the fade's going to be an issue. Did maNkz see this player? Traded out. Big problems now for WolfY. Can't afford to miss.
Jeez,
and indeed
Sonic.
he does. Now a duel around the pillar. maNkz trying to get this retake going, but Summy comes out on top. And this one is looking a little disastrous for M80. 2-on-2 in the post plant, but Sonic's got his hands on the big green, and that bomb's ticking away.
There's no kid either.
Worst off, even tagged. They'll have to back away, but you're absolutely right. M80, they need to accelerate if this is going to happen. Smoke to provide some space to try and cut off that op. It's a new box play that's the big issue, and they want to get reck forward. Reck's got him. He's got it. Now it's all about new box, all about Umar trying to buy time. Molotov eliminates one spot, but they're not looking. They're not ready. And now it's all about this duel, but is there time?
There's no time. No.
No time indeed. Molobs can't even stop to pick up the op. He just has to try and get out of there, and I don't even know if he's living.
Oh, he made it. Yeah, he got the spawn, which is where you have to be away from that bomb explosion radius. And yes, he saves the gun. They got rid of all the Bad News Bears players, so they forced him to reinvest. But let's not forget, they had 2 rounds in a row where they had all 5 left standing. So their economy has just blossomed. So there's not going to be a problem for them to buy up again. It's more on the M80 side because they don't have the money to do much with here. So it's going to be an AK and maybe some pistols around it. That was a bit of a scary round, I would say, towards the end for the Bad Newsers, but Sonic has come to play. The entries that he pulled off were quite impressive. Oh, nice opening frag by maNkz, and he gets the follow-up on Umar. 5v3, so the one rifle doing the work.
Talk about a way to maximize the value out of a hero AK. You just go forth and frag. All right. I'd imagine that's a call of just mobs, do whatever the hell you want this round. Let's see what you can do. And so he made it happen. Umar and Summy both going to be down right off rip. And you see how wary this makes the Bad News Bears, right? Because they know most likely someone's going to try and come and get those rifles. So it's slowing them way down as well. Sonic sticking around to try and punish anyone who might come up to try and get those guns. But it's the 3 stack here on B that's going to be the issue. And there's a lot of util. There's 3 smokes here. No, okay, one's back in pit. There are 2 smokes here. Still a lot. And Steel just caught the pistol. He swallowed that HE. I mean, that was coming right down his scope. Forced back. This is tough, John.
Yeah, that's very tough. 43 seconds left on the clock now. Sonic's lurking towards the A site, hoping that someone rotates into his line of sight, but I don't think that's going to happen. So now he's going to take a few steps forward. The thing is, if the bomb goes towards the B site and someone manages to take down these 3 players on B, I'm sure there's going to be at least 1 casualty in the process. Even though it's just pistols here. Time ticking away. Swisher.
It's the challenge. They got to make the move. There's only 20 seconds, right? So they've got to go now. Nick's trying to buy this space because he realizes a player in dark. No, he's down. WolfY will be punished, at least trying to get the gun, but Sonic's nowhere close to this. He can't compete for this round.
That's the problem. That's the problem with Sonic lurking so far away. I mean, I get the idea, trying to gain that space into A, maybe finding something for your team, but at the end of the day, they ran out of time. They tried to go for something and force the issue, and nothing came of it. 3 rounds picked up for M80, and that one was on a half buy, not even, just a bit of an eco.
Yeah, just the saved rifle, right? Big utility around it. That's a blessing. They get a rifle. They get an op in. They save that AK on mobs, and suddenly they're back in business.
Yeah, looking good. One thing I want to talk about it, we saw Steele. It wasn't in the previous round, but the round before that, when he tried to go for that entry, that's something he was trying to do against Mythic. But unfortunately for him, even though he went for entries 30% of the time, the Molson team only succeeded 33.3% of the time. So he's struggling a little bit on the entry side. I think maybe he would like to have Jonji there for that role.
Perhaps. maNkz getting an entry right in, though. Here we go. There's a trade off the util, but the lineup here for Sonic catches them. They didn't realize that a player was that close up, and now Reck is in so much trouble, and he knows that he has to go for a reposition. He's going to clear up short. Player dropping into pit. He's got that information. They might actually expect him here. They should be ready for it, but he's got one at least. But that's it. Little bit of damage, but the damage isn't going to matter. Right back to their winning ways are the Bad News Bears.
Sonic appears to be the X factor right now for the Bad News Bears. He continues to go for these openers and find them. Another 2K comes through. All the space gain. Reck left as the last alive on an island. I mean, they overlooked him a little bit, but a great trade from Summy. I mean, look, Summy and Nyx are not going to be part of this roster past game number 8. But, you know, like I was saying earlier, maybe they'll be able to put on a bit of a show that they have some worth here at the Challenger League level. And right here, they're at least playing their roles very well. I mean, Summy finished off the player there, did a good job getting the trade. Nyx before that on the anti-eco, ensuring that no one be able to get past him. So, I mean, yes, it's small things, but they're important details in the long run. Timeout called there by M80. That's now expired. And we jump into round number 9 with, honestly, Mike, an unexpected 5-3 lead for the Bad News Bears.
Decidedly. Yeah. Surprised that they could actually field this much of a buy over on the M80 side. Didn't know where that cash was going to be, but a few saved rifles here and there means if we get a fight. Need to see WolfY assert himself, I think, if this defense is going to get their legs under him. He was so dominant last night.
He was.
We're not seeing the same decisiveness in terms of opening duels. That was the big factor last night. I think he, you know, it felt like he had 10 rounds easily where he got them a 5v4 right off the rip.
He had 9, in fact. 9 opening
frags. It was so close.
Yeah. And it led to a win, 77.8% of the rounds where he had that opening frag. maNkz gonna get an opener here. Yeah.
There we go. And I mean, no damage taken back the other way. Full banana control. Gonna put these players on notice, and then in towards the outside they go. Ooh, there's WolfY striking. There's that quick trigger. And an upgrade as well for Reck. So this is going very well for M80. Now it's all about Mobs. He's the next to be tested. Umar coming into the angle. Umar won't be missing his shot. Mobs playing a bit of a weird one on that corner. Now, this is a position that's haunted M80. This is a position that's caused trouble once players have gotten in towards CT spawn. The advantage for them this time is, well, they have banana. So they can change the angle of approach.
This
and
is...
weirdly, Steele's alone in apps. They're throwing a fake. They're trying to pull the pit players out of rotation. Or out of their position, right? So that maybe Steele can capitalize, but they're still so spread now. This utility is not going to sell it anymore. They haven't gotten the easy response they were looking for. Reck's gone to clear mid. Oh, Reck could be misplaying this, but now he's seen the presence. Now he knows. Pit player's stuck a bit. WolfY might be in trouble, but Reck's now here for support. He knows that Sonic's right on top. Great shot. Oh, that's incredible. They needed something stellar here, and Umar, he knows he's caught. He knows he's out of time. Had to just try and knife out to get that bomb down. And that is a solid round. Reck coming in for the kill at the perfect time. WolfY somehow collecting Sonic from on top of him. That looked very scary for the M80 side, but they make it happen.
It did, and I love the idea from the Bad News Bears, right? Send a couple of players towards the B site while the bomb waits in the apartments. You found that space already. Try to work it. Try to convince M80 that you're going to go there. But I almost would have preferred them sticking to a more simple strategy. Send those 2 players arch side. Try to get onto the A site, and probably would have had a better chance of the round. But still, I appreciate the thought.
Here we go. Full on banana take. There's already a player out card. They don't know it. Now they do. And Swisher mowing them down. They tried to pick up the pace, but the utility was here for M80, and they're getting lit up like firework. Oof. Explosions galore, and 2 players will not be making it into the later round. So now how do you regain if you're the Bad News Bears? They're going to try and take some space. Maybe Farrell's been spotted. WolfY.
What?
The duck under.
Oh.
Somehow, WolfY not finding it here. He knows he's in trouble. He knows this is danger station now. But he's going to be allowed to slip away. It's a bit of a mulligan on that one, John.
I'm surprised he missed both shots, to be honest. Especially that first one. It looked like it was on, but I think at the last moment, he just got a little too high with his crosshair and missed the shot.
That hits on land. That's what he's saying to himself right now. That hits on land.
I don't know. 45 seconds left in the round here, and the Bad News Bears appear to be decided. They're going to the B site.
They got to commit at this point. Flashbang going to be able to slow them down, though. For the peak, maNkz is just playing tough right now. The spot on the next player. Good damage on the Sonic. Now maNkz reveals himself. Collects one. The second as well. Bomb drop. Sonic's so low, and he's just out of time. Doesn't know which way to look. Stuck into the corner. And dealt with. Nicely done from the site defenders. It was all Swisher and maNkz, right? Remember, they got the two openers at the beginning of the round, and they close it to boot.
Two of the best player. I don't want to say the best player, but two of the top players on this roster, I would say, and even in ESL.
I thought you were going to say the best players in ESL. I was like, John, 2 games have been played this season. What do you?
No, I wasn't going to say that, but they are two of the top players in ESL. I think we can agree on that. No question,
yes,
right?
Absolutely. I mean, the reality is this roster. If you're looking at the league this season, realistically, if you're M80, the organization, you're hoping that maybe Nouns and EG can challenge them. Otherwise, that they're rolling red.
Yep.
I think that's realistically the caliber of what they hope to be.
I think with a full-on BNB roster, there might be some competition there.
There might be.
But
that one remains to be seen. I'm excited for this BNB team, but we just got to see it in action. WolfY collects the first, the second as well. Why not? Oh, 3. Oh, makes it look good. Look, it's just an anti-eco. You always love a little flicky flick.
It's very easy to get overloaded by the pistol. I say this a lot on the anti-eco when you have the op. I mean, pistols can come barreling down. You might not get anything if you miss one shot. So, I mean, he hits all 3, makes it look easy. And that's that. So after a bit of a run by the Bad News Bears, M80 have won 3 in a row, and they've taken their lead back. Looking over on the Bad News Bears side, money is good enough to get 4 Galils and the AK. Utility's not going to be full, but it's certainly salvageable in terms of a strategy that can be pulled off here. maNkz. Toss that Molotov up. WolfY waiting with the op. And that's a lot of nades sailing forward. Here comes more util. Bad News does really want to take the space quickly here. So far, not too bad, but WolfY's sticking around, and he gets the op frag onto Uma.
They see the op, they're out of here. They're out of here, right? They're immediately saying, okay, ace off there. WolfY's pulled over. That's the 3rd player in as well. We know there's an opportunity available. You're seeing maNkz try and adjust to it, but now they've lost reck in towards the pit for nothing. This could be bad. That's a big question. So down for the count though. maNkz now out. He's stuck out in the open. maNkz will be able to collect from within the pit, but now he's stuck. His teammate is nowhere close. They've got one up. They've got one down. maNkz knows he's in a tough spot, and Summy doesn't even need Steel to come through with it. So now what do we got from WolfY? They're stuck in the pit. Oh, they're stuck. They've got a flash. This could be really bad. Molotov. Ooh, peek ahead of the molly. Nearly cost him. Steel wanted the info. And the bomb's down, but they realize how quickly WolfY got around. Should know.
Smokes there. I mean, look, it's going to be tough for WolfY to get back into this one. I thought he had a good spot, but that Molotov was very clutch coming through, even though Steel peeks ahead of it. He's far away. He can't connect the shot. Steel gets the finishing blow, and the Bad News Bears have tied it up again.
Ambitious peek from Steel, and it works. Nice one.
Interestingly,
op as well.
Sorry, Mike. Steel is running the op, and now he's handed over to Umar. Sonic hasn't really touched the big green at all.
Well, T-side opping. Never a good time. And, I mean, also at this point, I mean, it might be Umar doing the primary duties for them.
Umar
Sonic
is an
very capable with a rifler.
Yep. And Umar is an opper and was an opper for the squad last season.
I mean, you remember for a good chunk of time back in that extra salt core, Sonic had swapped to being secondary op and rifling, right, when it's the OC on the team. So it's not a role he is unfamiliar with.
I mean, we've seen how he can play with the rifle, so he's definitely no slouch. Oh, what a shot
All
from
right.
Steel. WolfY's gone, deleted, and the B site is free for the taking.
I think he had a bit of a one-way on that. From WolfY's perspective, it didn't seem like he had vision on it, and that's going to be big trouble on now for M80.
Where's the smoke for
Molotov
CT?
slows this. They've got 2 more.
Okay.
They were going for a poke to see how much they could get. Needs a little bit of extra. The edge of this right now. maNkz is just trying to sell extra presence here. He's done a bit of that.
I think they just didn't expect the only player there to be WolfY. That's why they were so cautious in their approach.
Mm-hmm. He's abandoning this. They're going for a full stack. This is bold. So the poke comes back in towards B. They've just got it. Guaranteed. Economy being what it is, they're being very cautious with it. Now presence being detected. Lots of nades coming through. Steel's backing away. He's read this. Bomb's going to make its way over towards B. And Swisher wants to rotate to show some presence, but well, at this point, you've kind of made your bed. It might be time to lie in it. Unless...
That Molotov helps so much.
Look at time.
Yeah.
Time is such an issue. They can't smoke this off. They just have to wait it 14 seconds, and now they'll have maNkz on the angle. There is a smoke still up for now, but if that bomb goes down there, there's so much trouble. Oh, Steel had to get that kill. That would have been the round. If he loses the bomb, it's over. Now instead, you've got M80 committing guns into a hopeless situation, and they need to get out of there.
Oh my goodness, that could have gone so right for M80, but unfortunately Swisher doesn't hit his shots and can't find a frag. As a result, the Bad News Bears just swarm that site and leave no space for M80 to work with. Even you had maNkz swinging around. He was going to go for the wall bang in that typical plant spot and just didn't get his shot off in time because that could have denied the round too. Anyway, good job by the Bad News Bears. Despite how much time it took them to get on the bomb site, they executed well once the pressure was on. 7-6. They've got the lead again. This is very close.
Yeah, substantially more so than we expected, just based on seeing that mythic result last night, right?
Yeah.
This is a great showing for the Bad News Bears. I mean, that round in particular as well, right? They did not leave themselves margin for error, but they executed when push came to shove. When that Molotov came in, that could have been it. Just enough to make it happen.
Or Mythic is that good.
Ha! Yeah, this is the season. This is the season.
60-0, 50-0.
Like we always talk about, you know, the value of returning a roster.
Yeah.
Well, they've been returning that roster. Maybe it's their season. Maybe it's their time. Playoff Mythic back in action instead of relegation Mythic.
It's been a while, right?
Yeah, they used to be, back in the day, we used to
playoffs.
think of Mythic as sort of the gatekeeper of playoffs, where they would make it, and then they would basically get first rounded. Pretty consistently. And if they, you know, and the idea was if you couldn't beat Mythic, you didn't belong in the playoffs.
They did make it to the lower bracket against Steel's Chaos, remember?
Yeah, true.
Lower bracket
True.
final. So
So
they've had their success in the past.
they have. It's a large sample size. But they have had their success. And it would be kind of cool to see, you know, a little Mythic, as is their name, reborn action. Swisher's just alone here. Swisher's alone. I don't know what maNkz has seen, but he's going back towards the 4-stack. I mean, this is what Bad News Bears would like to do. Space, one way, space, another bomb out in the open. It's down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Summy's out, though. Have they heard Summy? I don't think they realize he's on site. There's a little bit of wariness. Their eyes on.
I think they realize, yeah.
They're ready. The reload baits him in. He thought he was going to get a freebie. And now this is big trouble for the Bad News Bears. Nyx trying to just recover that bomb, going quiet. It's just secret agent man, and Steel gets caught. So now which way do you want to take this, Nyx? Pick your poison. You got 20 seconds to choose where you want to die. And he's being wrapped upon. He's been hurt as well. The banana flank's already on one way or another. This is hopeless. And it's Swisher to deal the killing blow.
Hey, maybe Nyx would have pulled off a 2K, gotten the bomb plan, and clutched the round, Mike. You never know, but no.
I didn't think so with the time that he had.
Yeah,
you know, with 20 seconds in a 1v4, that would, I think you put Zaiwu in the server, and I still think he's got a time.
All right.
I just don't think that's happening.
We've got a close half, though. 7-7. Who will take that slight edge into the second half is the question, and Wow. I mean, certainly there's still some issues in the M80 side in terms of communication, ironing that out. But credit to the Bad News Bears, they have played pretty well, especially considering the circumstances. They can't play with their proper 5 yet.
Arch is open. Arch is open. maNkz will at least punish them. He'll charge a gate fee and Wool with the 5-7. He gets a little extra fair. They're not looking towards spawn. Swisher's already come back. And Bad News Bears, they gained all this positioning, but at what cost? Umar has no idea the toilet player. He's a dead man. One after another. They're just getting caught off. And this is looking like a clean sweep. Somebody's position known if it wasn't already. Swisher puts in the killing blow. And an edge it will be for M80 to take us to the half. And we're back from the half. One round, all that M80 have to show for the lead. The first half of play, great showing from the Bad News Bears, frankly. Let's see if they can follow that up with a good CT side. Summy, they don't know there's player logs. Oh no, are they gonna get punished for it? Swisher 1-2, they can't zero in the kill, but they've got him eventually. Wow. Still, that's gonna be punishment. The bomb's a little isolated here. Sonic could catch it. But they're going hall, so it should be fine. Sonic does get his kill. Can the bomb make its way over okay? Into a pit, and these drive-by there, and maNkz might just do the damage himself. The bomb's coughed up, but still, he's just not got the health for this fight.
Wow. Honestly, I thought that Swisher was only going to get one from the logs position. Once he gets that second, it's such a fantastic sign there for the potential result of the round for M80. And as you saw, they go in. Yes, Sonic gets the trade on the player towards balcony, but afterwards, you had a lineup there where I thought the round was going to end. I think it was maNkz that was firing away and just couldn't finish both off, but Reck was right there to finish the work that they started. 9-7. Sonic. Gonna take a few shots here. He's waiting with that scout. This time it looks like he's gonna be on the scoped rifles.
The caution that's being shown from maNkz there. Crab walking through every potential angle that scout should be holding as soon as it was shown. Reck was having a good day yesterday, lurking here in the apartments. This time he's not just gonna be lurking, he's with the bulk of the attack. Everybody's here, 4 players ready for the defense. This isn't a bad setup for the Bad News Bears. There we go, activated Umar. Punishing. The question is, do they still want to commit or do they want to bail out? The bomb's not committed. Now it is, but maNkz with that kill should make this much easier. Side player gone and Nix. Summy and Steel just have Deegs to try and make this happen. Make that just Summy. You better have Summy to show us. I don't think this one's very likely anymore. Oh, the graveyard player's got him dead. The rights, and indeed he does. Discounted the possibility at his own peril. 3 rifles retrieved as well. Just SMGs lost, I believe. So that means M80, despite some shakiness there in the mid-round, not too worse for the wear.
Yeah, and I mean, we did see a pretty close half yesterday against Unjustified. It was 9-6, and then M80 switched over to their T side and swept the rest of the rounds. So, I don't know, maybe they're on the pace to do that again. We'll have to wait and see, but as it stands right now, the Bad News Bears are only going to bring in some pistols. Going to be a Deagle, a P250, and a P2K, along with 2 USPs. On the other side, it's just rifles, 3 AKs, make that 2 AKs, and 3 Galils. Look at this, the Bad News Bears going for the typical stack towards bracket. M80, they're poking and prodding towards B, and the bomb might be in that direction as well.
Yeah, here's the activation.
Now.
They've seen presence. Now they propel back into the site. Sonic gets a scout kill. All right, man after my own heart. A Zeus kill. Sorry. Brain no work. Brain no work. Zeus kill. Reck could be stuck, actually. They're going to commit to killing him. This is interesting. That might just give him a little bit of a bailout path. He wants to guard this gun. Knows they'll try and go for him with just the pistols on. I mean, that's the most appetizing prize they've got. Careful on this peek here. Spots the players. Knows he's in trouble now. Reck calling for the cavalry. Please, someone help me out here. No. And he is, in fact, going to drop down. That might be 2 Galils taken through. Not a bad haul.
Not at all. I mean, that was a full save, I should say, for the Bad News Bears, and they get a couple of Galils out of it, so why not? 180, 11th round secured, and they're not too worse for the wear either. They'll be able to buy up comfortably and should have full util and AKs for Reck and Maul. So, interesting round, but the Bad News Bears can't really do much other than make a little bit of a push on those players that got isolated, in particular Reck. Nineteenth round of play. M80 extending their lead to 4 rounds. I think it's the biggest lead they've in fact had here so far.
It is. It's been a very back and forth affair. I mean, at one point they were down, what, 2-4, 2-5?
Yeah.
Along those lines. Player's already up towards car. Oh, they don't realize Swisher's here, so he's gonna get one, and he's away. just straight robbery there.
Oh, we
Nate's
got
back. Okay, they do collect switchers, so the utility punishes. That's good for the Bad News Bears. They just lost their opera and gained nothing back. It's rather dire. Instead, we're going to see a take funneled in here. Flashbangs on, utility sailing over. And dodge it all so far. And from the pit, Summy strikes. They're looking the wrong way. Now Sonic comes in. The 1-2 punch, the crossfire is effective. And those two A-site defenders, they play that crossfire to perfection.
Honestly, that was a little bit rough for M80. I thought they were at least going to get one of those players pretty quickly. Instead, the crossfire just tears them apart. There's nothing they can do in response. Shut down from the Bad News Bears off of those two saved Galils. And of course, the BAP around them. Now a double op setup is coming through. Steel and Umar are going to be rocking those. So again, Sonic is not going to be the one using the op, which is fine. You know, Umar's very serviceable on that, and Steel is a great secondary option.
Well, yeah, I mean, we haven't really seen much of it in this match so far, but once upon a time, he rocked the big green. Great effect. Like the about positioning here, wanting to have one over towards B. Keep Umar on that arch spot. Sonic playing short, not exactly where you want to have the AWP. Reck stuck here. Sonic cleaning that up. Nice use of his utility to isolate the fight. Well done. And he's away.
Reck could have used that flash a moment sooner.
Lose your B-lurk as well. Not looking good for M80 in this one.
No, decidedly not. I mean, look, I don't know which way you go. I mean, you have maNkz pushed up bracket. He's going to give away his position by tossing this smoke and maybe keep 3 players on the A site, which could help here if M80 can get 2, and they can't even get the first so far. WolfY goes down to steal, and maNkz gets maNkz. Only maNkz left, and with 42 seconds left and the bomb already down, he might just save.
Interesting choice to save here. They're not going to be able to buy the next. His money will be low. And you're allowing the CT a really prime chance to build their economy. They're probably going to do it regardless, but any sort of damage here would have been nice.
That's true.
M80.
That's true. That said, I mean, look, he wouldn't have been able to buy more in that next round. And either way, I think they were going to be on a double eco. So give it a shot.
We'll see what they can do with the hero rifle. The last time he had a hero rifle with pistols around him, right? Flies out bedroom, kills 2.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the other side of the affair, but let's see if maNkz can make some magic happen. Strong performers early over on the M80 side. Swisher top of the board, 19 and 10. The Bad News Bears, Sonic, having himself a great time in his return to the ESL Challenger League. 16 and 13, but the impact frags have been nice.
Yeah, I'd say he's been the most impactful fragger on the Bad News Bears. Steel as well, and I think Umar's pitched in too, but definitely Sonic is the top in that category. All right, so the Bad News Bears, chance to crack back into this lead that the M80 squad has built up. Only 2 rounds separate them now. maNkz with that rifle is leading the charge into the apartments, and it looks like M80 are just going to keep this simple. They're going to try and rely on maNkz to get those frags with the AK, and if he can, get that space to plant. That buddy system will help as well. I think he's with Reck, so if he goes down, Reck can grab the AK and try to do more damage. Here they come.
He's out. He's out. maNkz gained the first space. He's got the kill as well. Oh, no, the second. Oh, maNkz! Not missing a beat here. All headshots all the way. And this bomb is down, and now there's a decision to make. Does Nyx really want to go for this? I think he was just trying to dispose of guns, but one's been retrieved at the very least. Nyx got the second op, and he's out of there.
Wow.
M80, and really, maNkz just snatching around from very little. That's why you save the AK, folks.
Yep.
Talk about justifying your decision-making, John.
You questioned it a little bit, though, Mike.
I did, but I should never question maNkz when he's got a one-shot headshot machine in his hands.
Unreal. He's just unbelievable to just kick off his campaign with M80. Reck tries to chase, no reason not to, with just the Glock in his hand. Swisher's going to do the same. Now there's confirmation that someone's waiting here, and ooh, Nyx going to get away. I think he'll be fine. So he saves the op, along with Steel. So double op is retained, and they will have a buy-up around that with the economy they built up. But that is a bit of a coup from M80. It was literally the AK. That's it. Everyone else on the Glocks, a default pistol, and it works out marvelously. maNkz could not have played that one better. I almost thought he was going to get one and go down, but hey, it's maNkz, so he shows us what he can do. 3-round lead restored, but still, bad news bears will come to bear. Little boost coming through from Steel. Umar's peeking to mid, so they're trying to get crosshair control here on towards mid, but 4 players going in their direction. They don't know it yet because of the smoke that has been tossed. Steel gets the nade out, doesn't do that much damage though. That will not deter M80. They're going to keep pushing up here.
Yeah, they gained the space. They gained top banana. Pressure on in a big way, and here comes the exact. They might just go behind us. Indeed, they are. No Molotov out to slow them down. Players getting into position, but it's awkward. They know the second player's here. They know he's stuck. HE to harass. And one way or another, Steel somehow is going to find a kill, but it's only one. I mean, even getting one out of that is practically a magic trick. This bomb's going down. Economy being what it is, you can see how slow the A players are to rotate. They're very timid about this. Sonic is here. And he might just be committed, but somebody's just got the memo. Seems like they're going for this.
No.
Yeah, it was looking a little desperate. Time was short. It was very awkward. Now this Molotov forces them further back, and M80 gonna walk away with the dub in this one.
That's actually not too bad for the bad news bears if they can save these guns. And with M80 hunting semi-aggressively here, they may meet each other at the middle of the map, or perhaps not. Bad news bears tuck themselves into the library. This is a good book. Chill out until the next round as M80 get a 13th on the board. That was just really good commitment from M80. They didn't hesitate. They continued to push into the B site. They got one. They had visibility on the second in towards New Box. And to be honest with you, I have no idea how Swisher's nade did 0 damage to Steel. Like, it was almost right next to him, but nade's sometimes a mystery in Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Look, in CS2, we'll have functional HEs, maybe. Probably not.
I don't
They've been
know.
working on smokes, man. One day, I will be able to see an HE on the mini-map and be confident in how much damage it's going to do.
We know an HE can get rid of a smoke consistently, at least.
That is so fun, by the way.
Yeah.
That is so fun. I've had some great moments already just in my lousy little gameplay. Ooh, Reck, speaking of... well, Reck burns down below, but it's maNkz who burns alive. This is problem. But Sonic gives himself up. It was bedroom. Reck spotted some. He gets that kill back. So advantage still available for the bad news bears. It's looking a little rough. Now, let's see if they can play with this. They've just left Steel to lock down Banana himself. He's got no util for it either. So if a flashbang comes through, he could be in trouble. But for the moment, it seems like M80 are content to work the A side of the map.
maNkz is going to try to work his way into the apartments. He upgrades to an AK off of that A1S. And now, well, the B site appears to be the better choice. The question is, does M80 realize that in time? Bomb carrier is the only one here, and I don't think they're going to go there with how much space they've gained towards them. Umar might get a shot here. He does. Swisher's down. Thinking about peeking one more time and backs off of it. Smoke's going to get thrown instead.
Just don't have time is the problem. maNkz already gained the space. He's going to catch the player by pit. Oh, no. Damage on Nyx by Arch. This could still work out. Umar doesn't realize. He doesn't know, and he's caught. How is this falling apart now? 20 seconds. The man advantage for so much of this round. And it could be all for naught. What can Nyx do? It's been a tough game for him. There's only 15 seconds. He's not going to try and catch the bomb, though. So that will be planted, and time will no longer be the pressure for M80. Somehow, some way, they've gotten away with this. You've got Nyx in the apartment. You got Steel coming back from mid. Up short he goes. But he's revealed himself. His position known. That nade, it'll be annoying. Not enough to deal with maNkz. And you can tell the desperation on these wall bangs. The drop down punish. It's all just Steel now. And he's running out of time. He's running out of chances. The kit's stuck in pit. He's got nothing going for him here. He knows he has to face, and down he goes.
Oh.
That is going to sting for the Bad News Bears. A 4-on-3. Man advantage for so much of that round, and it falls apart in their hands.
It's funny. It fell apart actually when it got down to a 4v2, and it felt like everything was locked up for the Bad News Bears, but they couldn't deal with maNkz, who was coming in from the apartments. He gets one, and he forces Nyx off of the site as well, which helps them gain the space. And after that, I mean, it ended up being only Nyx available, and he couldn't do anything. So that's a 14th that honestly could have gone to the Bad News Bears quite easily, and certainly they're kicking themselves for that. They still have enough to invest into 4 rifles, one of those being an AWP. Umar misses the shot though, and he gets tagged down to 20 HP. So he has to fall off of that. He can't peek again, and that's going to make it tough for the Bad News Bears to regress into mid, period. They have to wait on the site proper now. Battle going to happen here at the top of Banana. Nyx waiting with the MP9.
World's on his shoulders for a moment.
Yeah, again.
All right, now he's got Umar coming in to take a little bit of that pressure, shoulder a bit of that burden. This could still be tough. They've liked the half-wall boost. Oh, they like it again. It's not working out very well for them. But here we go. maNkz down for the count, and this one, well, it's getting vaporized. The slower takes towards Banana, not so successful, but you're right. Reck's getting a lot of space, and he's going to catch a kill. And now, this defense is bisected. What are you going to do?
Oh, B would be such a good call.
Oh, they're not going to make it. They're going to redouble their efforts towards A. They're milling about a little bit. 40 seconds looking for that next kill, but there's confusion as well for the Bad News Bears. Nyx has come back in and seen nothing here towards Arch, so he's calling this clear. Saying they got a little lucky, and now there's 3 players ready to defend, but there's still options. 25 seconds, not a lot of them. What's the decision? Now it's time to make a call and commit. Players have split back off. Nyx has come back around. He's faded off of the site, but they are in towards A. 15 seconds, no time to spare. No one's looking pit. No one's looking pit. And Summy's got it all. The op will just have to try and live. This one's not happening. WolfY wants one more shot. He wants one more shot. A no-scope, but he's down. Fortunately, just before the timer runs out.
That would have been bad if he goes down after time, but he does get his loss bonus. The Bad News Bears find their way into double digits. They've got 10 rounds now, and that's just honestly a great hold at the beginning. They pushed M80 back off of Banana, and even though it was a little bit back and forth, they weren't sure where M80 wanted to go. Eventually, they do regroup towards the A site, have a great crossfire, and we saw that miscommunication happen for M80. They don't have anyone watching pit. You have 2 players going out, both looking in the exact same direction. That's just not ideal. Here we go, though. They have a chance to regroup. It's going to be 4 AKs and an op. Still a very strong buy for them with the full util. Already using some of that. Steel backing off. Umar's taking some damage here. I don't know.
What's going on here? The shot goes wide, though. Sonic blinded up. Did not have the lineup he was hoping for. And that's a big find for Reck early on. That's the harassment damage from within the apartments that is so annoying to deal with.
2 nades tossed right behind the half wall. Do they expect Swisher to be here if they peek it is the question, but now there's going to be more company to deal with.
Jump spot it. Oh, misses. Swisher's got that kill. Now the opper's on notice. Steel has to backpedal. He knows he's in trouble. They still got so much time, and as we've seen, M80 are happy to play with this clock. Swisher's applying that pressure here towards B. He sold it as well. A player's rotated over. They're looking for this, and he's looking for the kill, but Steel's got it. Still, they know there's maximum 1 in sight. So Summy is now in for a world of hurt.
They didn't see him.
Clears corner.
Oh.
maNkz does exactly that. Bomb down. Likely a save on for the Bad News Bears. Their money's in shambles, and at this point, it's 5 rounds that they've got to try and play for overtime.
Jeez. Yeah, those ops are just too valuable to risk, especially with the position their economy is in. So they're going to save, in my opinion. Okay. Steel, I was going to say a little too aggressively peeking towards mid on this attempted save. Obviously, he knows that M80 are going to challenge a little bit, but gotta try and hang on to that op and bring it on over so hope can stay alive. That's going to do it for the round, though. 15 to 10, M80, 5 opportunities to wrap this one up with a pretty bow and send us to Vertigo, where they looked yesterday even stronger than they were on Inferno.
Certainly. I think they've gotten more of a run for their money than they were expecting in this matchup, just based on what we saw last night.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I'm not sure if they would have watched the demo, but they certainly would have checked the scoreboard and been like, haha, no problem, easy. Not so much. But now for the Bad News Bears, for all the good moments that they've shown us, they're going to have to be great in these next 5. But it just doesn't matter. At the end of the day, a dub's a dub, a win's a win. Whether it's a moral victory or not. Summy gone. Awkward spacing on that peak. And he is done for. So, question remains. Now with a man disadvantage, can B&B claw themselves back? They've lost a lot of man-up situations. All the more difficult when you're playing from behind. Here comes the peak, and WolfY was very ready to punish.
Ambitious peak from Steel, but had to take the risk given they were already down a man, and just does not pan out. Now, only one player left in the defensive end of the B site, and it's Nyx, who hasn't obviously had the greatest game. So we'll see if M80 decide to challenge, considering that he's been here quite a few times. They might choose B as their final destination. They are going to poke and prod a little bit into the A site. They can do some damage here and even pull Nyx off of B. That would be even better. Misses the shot, and now he's going to get tagged down to 83. Flashbang tossed. Nyx still hasn't moved a muscle.
You just don't necessarily get too many chances at that one. Now they know where one of the ops is. The remaining one, as it were. Swisher, a little awkward here, and okay, all right. Nyx, you keep slow peeking him, and he can deliver. Nicely done. That was tough from the M80 side, but Nyx will certainly be happy with it. Still, they're not done yet. Thanks aren't out in this round. If they can get this kill somehow, they do. But at great cost. Nyx with a massive 4-piece to keep his team fighting. What a time to come alive.
Oh my goodness. I mean, almost gets the ace there. I did not expect that, but you're right. I mean, M80 was just slow peeking one after the other into Nyx's crosshair. And I mean, that situation, they give him a huge advantage that he does not squander.
Still well executed, but that's one of these rounds where we're having a couple of these a game where you're just looking at it going, maybe they're not all on the same page yet.
Not yet. They will be.
Not yet. One day.
Well, Summy's going to have a freebie here more than likely. Swisher spotted out, and there you go. Swisher down. 5v4 only, a D2 Deagles, and a Tech 9.
He dinked Sonic, though.
He did.
Wow. I know when he did that, frankly. Sonic with the AWP, it's not going to be a huge issue. That will be. I mean, damage is kind of what they're looking for here, and that is damage. And now it's Sonic, who's very low. Oh, if this turns into a bomb plant, I mean, that would be a coup. maNkz, if he just forces this down, I think he's going to get the bomb plant off. Indeed, they're going to get this money. That is quite a finding. Considering the circumstance, anything more? No, not going to happen. Steel will not allow it. So plenty of time for the defuse, plenty of time to retrieve what they need. It is going to be just a 3-round gap between these two sides.
Still, I mean, that bomb plant helps the economy. Extra $800 for M80 going to that next round. That will comfortably allow them to buy utility as well. And on the Bad News Bears, I think Sonic's just lucky to be alive. Down to 17 HP with those pistols coming in his direction. He just was able to hang on to it, thanks to Steel, of course, who peeked around towards the lane, got the 2K, and didn't really allow those pistols to threaten much more. Still, they need 3 more rounds of the Bad News Bears to push it on over into overtime. And M80, although they've been shaky, have looked pretty solid. 3 rounds in a row against them is not going to be easy. Here we go. Another chance for M80 to close this one out. They're going to send 2 players towards Banana. Molotov immediately. WolfY wants that immediate space, and he gets the shot as well at the steal. 5v4 in favor of M80 in the first 10 seconds of the round. The nades connecting for only a little bit of damage. Onto Nyx, down to 78. He's going to hold the space, and at least earning some respect, of course, at this B site, given the 4K he had earlier.
Yeah, a little bit more. Talking about decisive action. Talking about not slow peeking angle. There's actually a chance. Oh, this is a weird one. If Reck just walks up, he's actually going to catch one. Knows the smoke came out as well. He knows there's a second there. This is really awkward this time. Nick's not going to have the same success, and this is looking like it might just be over here, folks. The bomb. Oh, it's going down. There's nothing that can be done about this. It's full desperation stations here. Summy and Sonic both low, trying to find something, anything to cling to. A door to float on in the sea of this Titanic of a map. And right now, well, it's not looking like it's going to fit both of them. It's not looking like it's going to fit either of them. Here they go through the smoke. Desperation on. And as soon as they make their move, the spray's going to come right back through. There's just no getting away from this one. Guaranteed kill. The second as well. A clean round to finish it. M80 taking the first map win, setting themselves up very nicely now in this series.
Yes, but a nice performance for the Bad News Bears. I mean, 12 rounds on the board. We weren't expecting double digits at all, given the performance yesterday against Mythic, but they impressed, and I think maybe part...